Hello my dear learners, welcome to my incredible classes. Here you will learn science for classes 6, 7 and 8 in a really fun and engaging manner. So my dear learners, how you all are? Enjoying your vacation? Yes? Okay, so can we start our chapter again? Yes? We are studying exploring substances. Yes? It is of grade 7 and the second chapter, exploring substances, acidic, basic and neutral. Yes, in last class we have already discussed the things that we can categorize all substances around us into acids and bases. Okay, now most probably acids are found in fruits and vegetables. Base is naturally not found. Okay, these are found on man-made or synthetic substances, but you can find acids in fruits and vegetables. Clear? Now we understood how we can categorize them. Okay, how we can categorize them using our taste. Okay, but it is not an advisable thing, because sometimes some substances or some fruits may be harmful, may not always fruit. Anything if we taste without knowing its composition will be harmful for us. So taste is not always a good criteria. Second, we can touch, but bases have this property of soapy to touch. Acids generally don't have that kind of any criteria. So again that also fails. Then we want something reliable. So there we found about indicators. Yes, we have found indicators, and indicators are those substances which when we use will differentiate between an acid and a base. Okay, and it can be of 3 types as in our chapter. Yes, natural, second synthetic, and third we have discussed about olfactory. Natural and synthetic we have discussed, that is natural. First we have discussed the turmeric, and second hibiscus we have already done an activity. And then I told you there are rose petals, Indian blueberries that we call jamun. These all are natural indicators. Synthetic is the litmus paper, which is normally available in shops, and it is made from lichens, okay, which are a kind of algae, and we can use them to find acid and base. They are of 2 types: red litmus paper, blue litmus paper. Red litmus paper, when we put it on any liquid, if red litmus changes its color to blue, then the substance is base. If changes to blue, then the substance is base. Okay, baba, that I told you to remember. Then if blue litmus paper changes to red color, then simple. Now you can remember, it is acidic substance, whatever the substance into which we are dipping it. Okay, now clear about that? These things we have discussed in last class. In today's class, what we are going to discuss? We will discuss about first olfactory indicator. Olfactory indicators. Second, we will understand what are neutral substances and what is their importance. Why do we need neutral substances? We are happy with acid and bases. Why do we need neutral substances? Okay, these things we will understand. Then we will understand the importance of neutralization. Okay, neutralization again very important. Why it is important? Why it is important to learn? Okay, these all things basically we are going to study about these 3 things in detail. So first thing first, what we are going to discuss? We are discuss about olfactory indicators. Olfactory, I have already told you, it means through our nose, that is by smell we can identify. By smell we can identify. Yes, we can use our nose for signs. So, and a very very good example for it is onions. Yes, why? Because you know onions normally naturally has a specific smell, a particular smell. Okay, and when we cut it, you know, our tears naturally comes down. Yes, it falls down our cheeks. Yes or no? Have you experienced that? It is because it has a specific content, sulfur in it. It is the smell and these tears, you know, everything is because of that sulfur content in the onions. So these onions have a specific or particular smell. When you put an acidic material, acidic liquid onto it, it will not change its smell. But if you put an basic substance into it, it will change its smell. Okay, so if you put acidic substance into it, it will not change its smell. It will have the same smell what it was normally having. But if you are going to put the basic substances, the smell will change. There is a change in smell. From that we can identify whether the given substances we are testing, the substance we are experimenting with is an acid or a base. Okay, clear with that? So my dear learners, next topic that we are going to learn is about neutral substances. I already told you that we can categorize all substances into acids and bases. Yes, but there are certain substances, okay, which neither has the property of acids nor the property of base. These substances are not acids, not base. Okay, they don't have the property of acids, not the property of base. They are independent, okay, from both these properties, and such type of substances fall into the category of neutral. Okay, and neither your side nor your side. Okay, sometimes if you ask which political party you support, I didn't like this party nor this party, I am not going to vote at all. Okay, sometimes people say these kinds of things. So these are neutral people. Okay, they don't want to go there nor there. Okay, neither they want to support. So such type of substances also we have, and a great example is water. Okay, and we can measure whether it is acid, base or neutral, and for that we can use pH paper. Okay, pH paper. pH paper tells you if the given substance is how much acid. Okay, strong acid, weak acid. Okay, strong acid or weak acid. But if you dip that paper into water, it will not change any color. That means it is water is a neutral substances. And why neutral substances is important, we will learn in neutralization process. Okay, so we will connect this neutral substances with neutralization. Concentrate here. Now listen this. I told you again and again, I am telling you that all substances we can differentiate into acids and bases. But there are acids are also two types. Strong acid and weak acid. Base also we have strong base, weak base. Okay, Now we are going to consider the strong part only. Okay, we are going to consider strong part. But remember that we can categorize acid into strong acid and weak acid, base also, strong base, weak base. Okay. Now for neutralization, we will use strong acids and strong base only. Okay, strong acid, strong base only. So what is neutralization? If I tell you the definition is that when you add a strong acid and a strong base into a container, it will react and form a new compound called salt. Salt, not only salt, it will give salt, water and heat. When a strong acid and a strong base react together, they form salt, water and heat. So, what is our neutralization reaction? Neutralization reaction is nothing but when you add a solution of acid or strong acid with a solution of base or strong base. When you add a solution of strong acid and strong base, you will get a new solution which is neither acidic nor basic. Okay, the salt is neither acidic nor basic. You will get a new solution which does not have the property of acid nor the property of base. Okay, and this new solution, this is the new solution. Okay, that is salt plus water. We will get water with the evolution of heat. This is important, with the evolution of heat. That is, if you are doing it in a beaker, okay, the beaker will get little hot. Okay, you can feel when you touch it, it will be a little warm, hot. Clear? So if this salt is neither acidic nor basic, then what it is? What it could be? You people think and tell. Yes, if it is neither acidic nor basic, then this salt is a neutral substances. This salt, whatever salt we get, it's a neutral substance. It does not have the property of acid nor the property of base. Since in this process we get a salt which is neutral in nature, this process we call as neutralization. Okay, this process we call neutralization. If you add a solution of a strong acid to a solution of a strong base, we will get a new solution which is neither acidic nor basic, but it is neutral, and this neutral substance we call a special name called salt. Along with salt we get water with the evolution of heat. This whole process is called neutralization. Repeat after me. This whole process is called neutralization. Neutralization. Clear? Clear with this neutralization topic? Now, why this process is important? Why we are studying this process? Now let's understand. So, why this is important? Why I tell you? Sometimes when we eat oily substances, okay, oily food, we have this heartburn. or acid reflux. Okay, we call it either acid reflux or heartburn. Okay, and we are so disturbed, so stressed that we are not feeling good. Then suddenly, if there is a knowledgeable person, what he or she will do? Immediately bring something that can neutralize or calm down that process. Okay, calm down the effect of acidity into us. Okay, we will mix something and drink that, so that we can be calm down, that acid reflexes reduces, so that the acidity reduces. So what is this substance that mixed in the water and we drink? That is nothing but a basic substance. Anything it could be, a sodium bicarbonate. Okay, any syrup, if you see that its ingredient portion, it will contain a base. Okay, normally we have so many ads with to how to reduce, drink this syrup to reduce the acidity in you. Okay, so how can we reduce the acidity? Because we had so many oily things and now we have this acidity. How we can reduce it? By having any basic substance. If you insert any basic material into our body, it will neutralize the effect of acidity and you will be calmed down. Okay, that is why neutralization is important. Second, if sometimes ant bites, okay, you feel something, ooh, okay, sometimes you felt that. Okay, some people endure that feeling, but most probably what we do, we put some sodium bicarbonate if we have, or anything that can neutralize the effect of that ant sting. Okay, we can neutralize that effect. Why? Because when the ant has bite us, it has inserted a specific amount of acid. A specific acid. What is that acid? Comment down. I want to know how much you know. That I can tell you, the ant has inserted a particular acid into our skin. That is why it burns or we feel pain. And then we apply any basic substances. Why? So that this effect of acid get reduces, so that it can reduce the effect of acid. Okay, when it reduces, again a salt and water is formed, but it is not always visible to us. Okay, because small amount we are applying. Clear? So that is why acid and base are important, and this neutralization process plays it important role in this type of situations. Okay, everywhere it is important. Let it in field of agriculture. Okay, sometimes we put so many of fertilizers. Why? Sometimes the soils, okay, become so much acid that plants are not able to grow. Then what we do? We put fertilizers which contains most probably potassium hydroxides. Okay, that contains basically a base. Okay, we put fertilizers which contains a base because our soil is already acidic. Yes or no? If our soil is already acidic, now to reduce that acidic effect, what we need? We need a base. Why? For the neutralization process. So we put any substances which contain a base in it. Okay, so that this base goes and the effect of acidity decreases. It will decrease the effect of acidity. Okay, acidic effect, it reduces. And as far as it reduces this effect, it will neutralize and the plants can grow perfectly or happily. They can grow and will give very good yield. Okay, so that's why farmers use fertilizers if the soil has so much acid, if the soil is acidic in nature. Clear? So my dear learners, what we have learned in this chapter? We have learned about the substances called acids, bases. Yes, we have understood that there are two types of substances, acids and base. We can use indicator. We can use indicator to differentiate them. Yes, if the substance acid or base, we can use indicators, and indicators are of three types as in our chapter, that is natural indicator, for example turmeric. Turmeric changes color in base. Second, we have man-made, that is litmus paper. Yes, litmus paper we have. Yes, then we have discussed about olfactory indicator, and the example was onions. Yes. Now we have also studied that apart from acid and base, we have another kind of substance that is called neutral substances. Neutral substances are those kinds of substance which does not neither has the property of acid nor the property of base. Okay, and when they are formed, they are also naturally found, such as in water. Water is a universal indicator we call, okay, because it is very neutral. And then when we add an acid, a strong acid and a strong base, we normally get what we get. We normally get a salt water with the evolution of heat. We can also use this sign for heat. Okay, now salt is a kind of substance which are neither acidic nor basic, that is neutral substance. Therefore this process we call neutralization. What we call neutralization. We call them as neutralization. Clear? Why neutralization is important? If acidic nature, okay, if it increases, we can reduce the effect of acidity by applying basic substance onto it, such as in soils, if ant stings or ant bites, okay, or if we have kind of acid reflux in our body, we can use substances which contain base so that it can reduce the effect of acid, and a neutral substance, a neutrality is formed, so that clear? So are you clear with these topics? Any kinds of doubts, you can always comment down. We will discuss the question answer in coming classes. So my dear learners, I hope you enjoyed today's class. Stay with me, connect with me, we will learn more together. Okay, so if you have any kinds of doubts, comment it down. We will meet in another class. Till then, bye bye.